In August 2025, the nation was shaken by the tragic death of Nikki Bhati, a 28-year-old woman from Greater Noida. Her story, now splashed across headlines and social media feeds, has become a stark reminder of the very real dangers posed by dowry-related violence, a practice that, despite decades of legal reforms and activism, continues to claim lives in India. The events surrounding Nikki's death, the subsequent investigation, and the explosive debates they've triggered have forced a reckoning. How far have we truly come in protecting women from such brutality, and what more must be done? Nikki Bhati's life, like so many young women, began with promise and hope. She married Vipin Bhati in 2022, and their wedding was celebrated with joy by both families. But what should have been the start of a new chapter was, according to Nikki's family, overshadowed from the very beginning by relentless demands for dowry. Her father has publicly stated that the Bhati family pressured Nikki for Rs 36 lakh in cash, alongside a luxury car, either a Scorpio or a Mercedes. These demands, he claims, were made repeatedly and with increasing severity, placing Nikki under immense strain. The narrative that unfolded in the media was one of a woman caught between the expectations of her marital home and the rights she was denied. On August 21, 2025, the news of Nikki's sudden death broke. Initial reports suggested that she had been found hanging in her home, but almost immediately her family disputed the suicide claim. They accused Vipin Bhati, Nikki's husband, his mother Daya Bhati, father Satyavir Bhati, and brother Rohit Bhati of murder, alleging that Nikki was killed because she did not meet the dowry demands. The accusations were grave, and the response from law enforcement was swift. All four accused were arrested and remanded to judicial custody, as the case rapidly escalated from a possible suicide to a suspected murder. The police registered a First Information Report, FIR, under several serious sections of the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, BNS, 2023, Section 304B, which deals specifically with dowry deaths within 7 years of marriage, Section 498A, addressing cruelty by husband or relatives, and Section 302, the charge for murder. These charges reflect the gravity of the allegations and the urgency with which authorities initially responded. The law recognizes dowry deaths as a specific category of crime, acknowledging the unique pressures and abuses that can arise in marital homes. Under current statutes, convictions for dowry death can lead to imprisonment ranging from 7 years to life, a testament to how seriously the issue is taken, at least on paper. But just as the narrative seemed clear, a twist emerged. CCTV footage surfaced showing Vipin Bhati outside a local shop at the time of Nikki's death. This evidence introduced new questions. If Vipin was not present at home, what exactly happened inside the house? Could Nikki's death have been a suicide, as the initial reports suggested, or was it orchestrated by other members of the family? The footage complicated the investigation, shifting public opinion and raising doubts about the sequence of events. The case, once seemingly open and shut, now hovered between competing versions of the truth. Nikki's father remained steadfast in his accusations. He told reporters that he had provided financial support to help his daughter, but claimed the Bhati family refused to include Nikki in their business dealings, isolating her further. In his grief and anger, he demanded the harshest possible punishment for the accused, even going as far as to call for their home to be demolished by bulldozer, a symbol of obliterating the injustice his daughter suffered. The family's anguish was mirrored in the wider community, sparking protests, vigils, and intense media coverage. Social media became a battleground of opinions, with some insisting that Nikki was clearly a victim of dowry murder, while others, referencing the CCTV evidence, wondered if the family's accusations might be misplaced. The discourse reached fever pitch when prominent figures, including actress Ridhima Pandit, publicly condemned the violence and demanded the strictest punishment for the perpetrators. Their voices amplified a growing sense of outrage and sorrow, but also highlighted the complex reality. For every clear case of abuse, there are often layers of family conflict, circumstantial evidence, and societal pressures that muddy the waters of justice. At the heart of this case lies a larger question about the effectiveness of India's legal framework. Dowry, in any form, whether given, taken, or demanded, is prohibited by law. The intent behind strict statutes like Section 304B is to deter such practices and provide women with a shield against exploitation. Yet, as the Nikki Bhati case shows, enforcement is uneven. Investigations can be complicated by conflicting testimonies, lack of direct evidence, and, as in this instance, technological records like CCTV footage that may contradict other claims. Furthermore, there remains a contentious debate about the misuse of dowry laws, with some arguing that false accusations can and do occur, undermining the credibility of genuine cases. The social impact of Nikki's death cannot be overstated. It has reignited conversations about the dangers faced by women in their marital homes, the persistent grip of dowry culture, and the sometimes labyrinthine path to justice. Panchayats in places like Bagpat have responded with provocative statements, suggesting that daughters should be given pistols instead of gold at their weddings, a grim reflection of the sense of vulnerability and frustration felt by many. As of now, all four accused, Vipin Bhati, Daya Bhati, Satyavir Bhati, and Rohit Bhati, remain in jail. The investigation continues, with police collecting evidence, interviewing witnesses, and awaiting the results of forensic analyses, such as the post-mortem report. The truth behind Nikki's death remains elusive, caught between allegations of murder and the possibility of suicide. The court trial ahead will be pivotal, with CCTV footage, witness statements, and medical evidence all playing crucial roles in uncovering what truly happened. In the end, Nikki Bhati's story is not just about one tragic death. It is about the thousands of women whose struggles remain invisible, about the families torn apart by violence and suspicion, and about a society still grappling with how best to protect its daughters. The outcome of this case will matter, not just for Nikki and her family, but for every woman who fears that the law may not be enough to keep her safe. As the search for justice unfolds, the nation watches, grieves, and debates. Will Nikki Bhati's death be remembered as a turning point, a moment when laws and social norms were finally made to work for those who need them most? Or will it become yet another unsolved tragedy, lost among the statistics? These are questions without easy answers, but ones we must keep asking until every Nikki Bhati finds the justice she deserves.